Pickaxe.
Support the show, get ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive monthly one-shots, hang out with us in our community Discord, all that and so much more. Patreon.com/castparty. Welcome, cast and crew, back to Nocturne, A Curse of Strahd Tale. My name is Ryan McManus, and I will be your director for today. You can find me running the Cast Party socials at Cast Party D&D or on my personals at Ryan.McManus, and I am joined today by my lovely cast and crew, who, once again, are ready to kick the ever-living shit out of each other. We have Vince.
I'm in a fighting mood today. I'm Vince. I'm playing Theren, the man of hope seeking retribution. You can find me at Dr. Stoice on Twitch. Blastoise without the bleh.
We have Christian.
Howdy, gang. I just realized we're doing cowboy stuff, so here's my cowboy voice, baby. Hi, I'm Christian, and I'm playing Tannis, a chain forged in blood. And you can find me on my socials at Captain Carlson. Captain.Carlson on TikTok, CPT.Carlson on Instagram, and CPT Carlson without the dot on Twitch. And I'd love to see you on any of those places. Come hang out. But I'm also in a fighting mood, so...
Someone who's not in a fighting mood, we have May.
Bold of you to assume. My name's May, and I play Zielle, who's here to slay. We'll find out which kind today. Oh, that kept rhyming. Whoa.
Bars. You want to do the recap today?
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm on it. And I've never been on social media in my life.
It's so true. It's so true.
Disregard the social media link in the bio of this episode.
And back for his third introduction, we have Jose.
Well, how there, folks. This here's Jose, and I will be playing Alizzato Incubo this evening. I don't know if I'm in a fighting mood, but I'm definitely in a mood. You can find me on all socials as DM Jose G, and I'm very excited for today's adventures.
And an adventure it will be, but not before a recap poem. We began with Theren and Ollie and a snarling wagon. Alizzato became Birdman, literally, while Theren read Latin. Well, for all he knows it could be, but the carnival cart had been found, as Alizzato's little bird feet surely did leap and bound atop the roof of Rictavio's cart, but in his drunken stupor, slipped and fell right in a hole and almost lost his future. As a saber-toothed tiger, clad in custom-fitted plate, leapt for a snack entering its cage. Alizzato he almost ate. Birdman to just man, as Theren found a reinforced lock. They contemplated what's next, and to my own fucking shock, they talked about fighting the tiger, even after it took out half of Ollie's HP. But they finally decided to take it slow, and maybe return with the key. While Tannis and Zielle talked about how to make friends, an awkward hug I'm sure, but sadly in the end, Tannis said he'd try to open up and hope his friends were just that. That is until he went to bed for quite the impactful catnap. When Theren and Ollie returned, things got hostile, but with a swift charm from Theren, Danica put down the bottle, stopped serving her patrons, and told you Ricky's upstairs, but that's all she could provide unless you got that key of theirs. Theren said fuck it, let's just break down a door. As he marched upstairs, Alizzato was fully torn. Wanting to stay subtle, but also wanting answers, Alizzato ultimately followed, while Zielle minded her manners. Theren knocked on Tannis's door in hopes of shaking him awake, but when Tannis's head hit the pillow, pleasant dreams did await. Tannis could not be woken as he began to dream of that night, the one time he laid it all on the table, the one time something finally felt right. With no noise from the room, Theren asked if he wanted to kill some things, which caused Danica to fully panic and had some harsh words to fling. No killing in the tavern, or the guards will be at your door, or even worse, Erwin would be called to the tavern floor. You all accepted defeat, at least for the night, and made your way to your beds to sleep off this plight. Tannis awoke feeling hollow, waking up yet again alone, and met Ollie outside the inn before running for a change of clothes. Cigarette lit, Tannis came back to the party while Alizzato worried, though he knew them all, hardly. Theren kicked back, Tannis swiftly slumped, Ollie stood watch as Zielle loudly thumped. down the stairs with her boots to surprise hug Theren from behind. Ollie, a warm greeting, but a brick wall she'd soon find. Theren and Ollie explained the situation with the beast, the monster held in the wagon, this so-called freak. Tannis didn't take kindly to the words being spoken and asked for clarification as Ollie began to motion for a chair to bring forth a barricade between the two. Hostility and tension rose as ice-cold glances were in view. What makes a freak? Tannis asked with intent, fire in his eyes, and the rage grew intense. With smirk in return, but no words currently forming, the silence was broken by Rictavio. Friends! Good morning. From upstairs, you see Rictavio leaning over the balcony. Rictavio is, however, dressed in a little bit normal attire compared to last night in his full jester costume, bells about, this time much more normal, a little calmed down for errands as he begins walking down the stairs with a cane or a walking stick. As Danica looks up, good morning, Rictavio, almost relieved to see him as she peers over to you lot at the table. Rictavio wanders up and stands hovering over your table. Nice to see everyone. I take it everyone slept well. Are we off to see the monkey? What lies in wait this morning?
Yes, that sounds lovely. I think we should go see Piccolo.
That would be most lovely, Rictavio.
You think we should bring him a steak?
Piccolo usually eats peanuts.
How was your steak last night?
I haven't eaten it yet, so we'll find out.
Can I, look over at Theren, cast daggers, but in, shut the fuck up and just let this play out?
He doesn't know what monkeys are, actually, so he doesn't know what they eat. Don't mind him.
That's perfectly all right. If you're looking to see Piccolo, I don't particularly know what business you have with him, but if you just want to meet him, I guess I didn't get too many details about this.
We were interested in the whole idea of the toy shop and the Blinsky fellow, and it all looked, I don't know, rather enticing and colorful, so since we're new to town, we just thought we would go visit, I guess, the storefront, maybe?
If that's what you would like. You speak of colorful, and it looks like you all could use a bit of color, or at least a little joy, as he pats Tannis on the back.
As soon as there's contact made, every muscle just goes taut. I won't even fully turn my head. I'm just going to sort of cock it in his direction. I don't think joy is the objective, Rictavio. Just take us to the monkey.
If that's what you so please. Everyone have breakfast? Everyone good to go? Do we leave now? Or should I take a seat?
Is his hand still on my back?
Yup. It was a 1-2 on your back, and that second hit remains stationary until you responded.
Get your hand off.
You have to forgive him, Rictavio. Tannis has had a bit of a night,
I don't need you to forgive me, Alizzato. Thank you.
Hey, let's wait outside for everyone, Ricky. Let's go wait outside while they finish up.
Sure, I could use some fresh air. After you, and he walks over and opens the door. Very exaggeratingly, Bao tips his whole entire torso as he waves you out.
Okay, I'll do a little curtsy and then skip out the door.
We'll see you fellows outside, I suppose. Join us when you're ready.
Theren will put his feet at the side of the table and just kick his chair back enough where he's able to stand up, start walking towards the door. As he's walking towards the door with his sword on his back, you could see some of that fog come from it, and it lands right next to Tannis. Baron forms next to him. Baron just looks up at you, Tannis, and just holds his hand out to you to hold hands while you walk.
Tannis is going to take a moment. Daggers at the back of Theren. Vicious, violent anger. But as I turn to face Baron, who's got his hand out, I slowly take a breath. I force a small smile as I take his hand, though with my other hand I am going to take another cigarette out, put it in my mouth, strike it on the table, and light it. I'm going to toss the extinguished match towards Alizzato and give you a very, sarcastic eyebrow bounce. Shall we?
Gus the match away towards the exit as well. But question, what's barren? What am I seeing?
From a spare seat next to Theren stands a slab of a greatsword. Think guts, think the greatsword from Elden Ring. However, it's got 2 forked prongs at the top. Almost leaning up the pommel towards the sky, and from it, this translucent purple mist rises from the blade all the way up through the handle and begins to wisp itself through the air. Basically spawning next to Tannis is the, I guess you could say, ghostly visage of a small child. A very young male child. However, currently, it does look like it only has one arm. The left arm is just a sleeve that hangs and blows in the wind. And Tannis, when you take Baron's hand, it's nothing like you've ever felt before. It's cold, but wet, but there's no moisture, nothing on your hand. It's like you dove your hand into a bucket of liquid nitrogen and just let it sit there, right above.
Does Alizzato show that confusion? Would Alizzato be surprised by this?
Before you threw the match, definitely. My eyes are, I would say, fixated on the child and my entire demeanor changes. And I'll say that you even notice some of my leaves, they slightly glow in color, like they become a little bit more vibrant. But then when you throw the match, all the leaves crisp and crumble back, and they become a little bit darker and dried up.
I maintain that eye contact after asking my question. My eyebrows slowly kind of raising at you.
You want to dance, sweetheart?
No. Not with you. Door's that way.
Look down at the child, look up back at you, turn my head, and very controlled pace walk out of the room.
I'll follow behind you. Cigarette still lit, sort of still holding hands with Baron. I am looking to see where Theren is and if he has any posture that would suggest that he's forgotten that this has happened or if he's purposefully trying to forget that. I'm trying to get a vibe. I'm vibe checking Theren.
100% just walking with the group. Forgot about everything that already happened.
Somehow makes Tannis angrier.
I would like to address the group once they're all outside. Zielle is picking up on some tension today in the group. You know, if anyone doesn't want to do this, you don't have to do this. You can do something else. You can drink yourself to death in the inn, or you can go shopping, or I'll be right back, and then we'll attend to the church. Those are our 2 things for today, right?
If it gets us out of this happy place, can we please just do it?
I can attend to the church if we want to do 2 things at once. 2 birds, 1 stone, right?
Well, I mean, churches are kind of my specialty, so I mean, I was going to do that one too, but...
Tannis is just blankly staring back at you.
Well, if you would like, I can take these 2 to the monkey. He's the one who's never met the monkey anyway, so...
You could go check on Irina, or you could look for the missing wine. I'm sure that sounds appealing to you.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
Right.
If you're the one with the church, I didn't realize that was on the agenda today. I will not be partaking in that. If you're going to the church and he's never met the monkey, split.
Rictavio, I don't know when you thought you were suddenly giving opinions for the group discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Who
No,
asked
sorry,
me
Rick.
to guide them around Valaki?
Sorry, that was me.
Time to meet my monkey.
I did. I'll go with you.
Go ahead. Go find Blinsky's. I'll stay here. I'll get some breakfast.
No, Tannis. I would like to step in between their eye line. Please. That was me. I asked. I would like to meet the monkey. It's a thank you. Thank you again, Ricky.
As that conversation is also happening, and then I guess Zielle steps in between, both eyes fully red, looking at Tannis. But then in a brief second, when I go back to Rictavio, my eyes shift back to the green and red. Rictavio, we'd be delighted. I'll accompany you and keep Zielle safe. Sounds wonderful.
All together now.
Yeah.
So we're all going to see the monkey. Great.
I will link arms with Rictavio and step forward in front of the group.
He happily, over-exaggeratingly extends out his elbow and takes these large steps where his legs come near waist height just to waltz along with you, the other hand reaching down and waltzing on his cane. As you guys begin to walk around Vallaki, he takes you down towards the main square and off a side street. As you guys begin to walk, you notice the town has somewhat changed since last night. You're starting to see different decorations, some similar to the parade that you saw before, but now a little more yellow themed. There's a lot of sun motifs, whether it's hanging suns on doors or little streamers with tiny suns spread across buildings. There are posters for the Festival of the Blazing Sun, written and signed by the burgomaster, saying all must be in attendance in just 2 days. As you come to a small, cramped shop that has a dark entrance portico, above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse, with a B engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arched, lead-framed windows, and through the dirty glass you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky." Okay, have at it. I promise you, no one is here. No one is ever here, aside from Blinsky and now Piccolo.
How does one run a business if there's no business?
That's something I've been trying to figure out myself. Well, would you all like to meet Piccolo? And I guess Blinsky.
If it's all the same, I'll just, I'll wait outside in case someone follows you in. I don't care. You guys go toy shop, tell me what Blinsky says.
All right, fine.
As you open the door, you hear a little bell jingle that's hanging just above the door to signal that customers are coming into Blinsky's Toys. And you walk into a small, cramped shop, though it is cramped because there are just that many toys here for sale. It is a pretty open counter in the far back as you walk in. There are shelves along the most top rim of the walls that line all the way around the shop that have all manners of toys sitting on them, resting on them, or even set up in little dioramas. And in the middle is almost an island that is just more of display so you can see all the things that Blinsky has been making. From behind the counter, slumped in a chair, you see again this very large man. He's got a full brown chestnut beard. He wears a jester's hat that has the 3 little pokes coming out with bells on each of them, and a purple and green jester's outfit. Though when he hears the jingle of the bell, you see him shoot up with joy across his face. Welcome, friends, to the House of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought at bargain prices. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy. A little toy for a girl or boy.
Oh,
Rictavio! Who are your friends? These are just some friends who are here to meet Piccolo and peruse your fine assortment of toys. Perfect. Well, is there anything that you are looking for specifically? As Piccolo climbs up, jumps onto the desk, then crawls up and hangs onto Blinsky's right shoulder as he screams and howls with excitement in Piccolo's signature fitted pink tutu.
After he says, looking for toys for any kids, Baron will start like kind of running around the store a little bit, just looking at toys. If there are any that catch his attention, please let me know.
Theren, I'll have you roll your investigation.
Can I just look at Blinsky? I guess if possible, make an insight check. Is that smile part of the game? Or is that smile a genuine smile of seeing people for the first time? And I mean the game as in the game that we're all playing here in Vallaki.
Absolutely. Roll me insight.
14.
Okay. And Theren, your investigation?
12.
Alizzato, this is Vallaki. He was down on his luck, gloomy. He seems excited about his toys. He's less excited to be seeing people and more excited that someone might be seeing his creations. Theren, as you're waltzing around with Baron, as he reaches up for your hand and pulls you around the shop, just pointing out little knickknacks here and there, they all seem strange. Like something is just off about them. There's a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut. There are others like a miniature set of gallows, complete with trapdoor and a weighted hanged man. There's everything from a wind-up musical merry-go-round with figures of wolves chasing kids instead of prancing horses, to a ventriloquist dummy that does kind of resemble Strahd.
By Hasbro.
Somebody buy it. Somebody please buy it.
I love them all.
Theren, for the chaos, Theren, please.
Which one does Baron go to?
I have 6 options here. If you want to roll a d6, that's entirely up to you. If you want it to be random, or if you want the whole list, I can read out everything and you can pick.
I'll roll the d6.
Have at it.
Ooh.
4.
A wood and string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings.
Cute.
As you move the string around,
I want it.
their wings go up and then down as they just go in a little circle. Theren, this would be 9 copper for you if you were to buy it.
I will keep walking about as Baron is holding on to it and just standing real close to me and almost like bumping me as I just try to ignore him a little bit as he's trying to get me to buy it for him.
Now, is that something you might be interested in? I haven't sold anything in quite some time.
Really, Baron? How much?
For that, 9 copper. I make all of the toys myself.
Look down at Baron and just snatch it from his hand, stomp over to the front desk there, place it on the table.
The absolute delight that washes over Blinsky as you walk up to his counter. You then see Piccolo crawl off the shoulder, grab the coin, and bring it back up. It is yours. You may leave with it and enjoy.
Interesting toys you make.
I think they are fun.
Do you take inspiration from anything, or is this just all from the head?
Whatever comes to my brain.
Can I look at the toy that resembles Strahd? Like, not touch it, but meet it at eye level? Point to it and back to Blinsky and say, you think this is wise?
It might not be the best I've made, but Isaac said I could have it in here. I figured what better way to look at fear than by laughing at it.
I love that.
Alizzato, while you're looking, give me investigation as well. Just while you're wandering around the shop, you're particularly looking at one toy.
16.
As you reach down, the Strahd puppet is sitting in the middle display. So there's almost a ring around this display that wanders around the shop. You set it back down, and as your eyes glance up, one of the dolls on the upper shelf lining the ceiling looks weirdly familiar to you, but something you've only seen recently. A redhead. Not of you, but of someone else.
Point to it and I'll look at Blinsky. What's that one?
Oh, that one is not for sale.
Why?
Display only.
Very interested in the work you do here, Blinsky. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you after, all this time, but my eye is drawn to it. I think it's a exquisite piece of work. I'm not necessarily interested in purchasing, but where did the inspiration come from?
Oh, that is the only one that is not mine. That was a commission. Isaac. He made me make that.
It is quite beautiful. Excellent work, Blinsky.
Thank you.
Do any of the rest of us see this doll?
Go ahead as well, Zielle. I'll give you investigation with advantage, given that Alizzato is talking about these pieces.
17?
The lull in the conversation settled after Theren had bought his toy. So Alizzato, sparking up and mentioning one specifically, after you just saw the Strahd puppet, you see his eyes glance upward. Indeed, a small red-headed doll, female in nature. Not too many distinct features, though it does seem to resemble Irina.
Theren, look at this doll. It's so pretty.
Yes, it looks quite pretty and familiar.
Why would someone commission a doll and not keep it?
Oh, he has made so many. that is one of 89? Every week or every night, it's always some different detail. Something needs changing. It's never perfect.
Is that the only one?
Here.
You'll hear the flip of a coin as I flip a silver towards him. We'll take it.
Not for sale.
I will put a gold on the table. We will take it.
Sorry, not for sale.
10 gold on the table. We will take it.
Give me persuasion with advantage, Theren.
19.
The gold, he was fighting. The 10, when you slide those across the table, even Piccolo jumps down excitedly and starts gathering them up. Piccolo has spoken. I will have him get it down for you. As Piccolo gathers up the gold, places it in Blinsky's pouch, and then begins to climb his way across the shop up towards the shelves along the ceiling, grabs it down, and leaps full on straight for you, Theren.
Just hand it to me. No, you don't have to jump.
As he
No.
collides with your shoulder,
Oh, God.
starts banging it against your chest.
Yes, just give it to me. Leave.
As he climbs his way down and waddles back over to Blinsky, who reaches down and holds his hand. Well done, Piccolo. Is there anything else I could do for you?
You seem to be quite a talented crafter. Is toys all that you make?
That is it.
I don't mean to pry. You don't have to answer any of these questions, but we're new in town.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it here?
It's okay. I don't know where else I would go.
Do you have any children that you make toys for?
No.
Okay. I don't know. Theren, do you have anything? We're just trying to get to know the local folk and, kind of try and find our way around. And we're a little bit frightened by the prospect of being in the same land as the devil himself, so.
Theron's just kind of standing there with his hands full of a mobile toy and a doll, and Baron, jumping at his side. I have nothing.
Well, if you are going to see the devil, I do have a request. I heard in his castle rumors. My old mentor, he is a great inventor. His name is Fritz von Weirg.
Quite the name.
He has been working on a clockwork man. A doll made of clock. And I don't know how that works. But if you would find his masterpiece and deliver it to me, I will make you any toy you want.
What does it look like?
A man made of clock. Never seen it. Just words in the wind.
Large, small.
I hope enormous.
Your master is in the castle as well, or he just sold his invention to him?
That I don't know. I don't know where he went.
Huh. I don't know if we'll make it there anytime soon, but if we were to go see the devil, is there any other advice you might offer? Or anything like that?
Good luck. You're welcome.
When he says that, I'm going to walk over and I'm going to put the doll on his counter, and I will put my hand out to shake his hand.
It was a pleasure doing business for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everything, and I hope business goes fair for you.
I hope so too. Thank you for stopping in.
I will turn around and start leading everybody out, and I will be the last to go out.
Thank you. I guess as she's leaving, she'll ask, What would you do with a clockwork man?
Study it, so maybe I can make one too. Or make clock toys.
That sounds lovely. Thank you again. We'll see you at the festival?
Yeah, I will be there. I have a float again.
Oh, great. Be sure to look for us.
Of course. Thank you for making my day.
Oh. Try to not give a little sad smile and just walk out there.
As we all get outside, Theron's gonna, with his one free hand, start to pat his chest and back. Zielle, I think I forgot the doll. I'll be right back. Let me go get that.
Okay, we'll be here.
Theron's gonna walk up to the table and grab the doll, and as he does, he kind of leans on the table a little bit. Almost forgot. While I'm at it, I have a question. Rictavio, how well do you know him?
He came and gave me Piccolo.
Did Piccolo come from the Carnival of Wonder?
I would assume.
And what do you know of the Carnival of Wonder?
I think it's where Rictavio came from.
He came from his own cart.
That is how he got here. Yes.
Have you ever visited his cart?
No. I don't know where it is.
Theren will look him up and down. He just gives him a little nod as he turns away to start walking away. As his hand leaves the table, there's one more gold on the table for him. As he's walking out, puts one hand up behind him to wave goodbye. Don't stop spreading love and happiness.
As the door closes behind you, we are going to jump back about 10 minutes to Tannis outside. Are you posted leaning against the shop? Are you in the middle of the street?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm sort of like, you know how like sometimes there's kind of like a little bit of a lip when you're getting to the door? I was thinking I'd just sort of like prop my shoulder up against whatever the post is that houses the door. And I've just been vibing, keeping my eyes peeled, seeing if there's anybody interesting.
As you're smoking, you take a drag, exhale, blow it into the wind, and as you look down towards your boots, a little pebble skitters across the floor and lands right at your feet.
I look up, not in a panic. I mean, I figure it's pretty easily explained by somebody accidentally kicking a rock, but I just look to see if there's anybody sort of walking in my direction. Maybe somebody like in a hurry that might have accidentally kicked a pebble in my direction.
You only see a hand reaching around the front of the shop, waving you forward.
I think I'll take another drag. I'm going to look around, make sure like that it's waving to me. I'm going to follow after the hand, but I am going to sort of cautiously, I'm going to shift very intentionally, I think, the cigarette over to my left hand and sort of keep my right hand free as I walk around the corner of this store.
As you walk to the opposite side of the store, you see a man just hunched over in the shadows down this very small alley in between Blinsky's and the shop next door. Just huddled behind boxes, bags. I want to have a word with you.
You want to have a word with me specifically?
Well, I don't want to have a word with you. My lady wants to have a word with you and your friends.
Right.
I mean you no harm. I'm just here, middleman, messenger.
And your lady is?
Lady Wachter.
Lady Wachter.
Fiona.
And what does Lady Fiona Wachter want with me and my friends?
Just that. You all. You're new. Word's been going around like crazy, and God knows I'm the first on it. All I ask is that when you have some free time, make your way to Wachter House. We'll put you up, we'll get you food, and we'll talk.
And where would I find the Wachter House?
It's the only one bigger than the Burgomaster Mansion.
A slight smirk curls at the left side of Tannis's mouth.
Noted. You didn't happen to mention your name. What did you say that was?
As this man looks up at you, see a very thin man, pointed features, very snivelly. Is that something you need?
I think so, yes.
I think you can just show up.
If you can't even give me a name in this dark alley with no one around, and you expect me to show up at a house with someone I've never met, who obviously has means, you're an idiot.
I didn't ask your name, did I?
No, but I'm guessing it's not your life that's at stake, is it?
Just take 1 second. Look at you. Look at me. 5'6", scrawny build, hunched over. He won't even make eye contact with you half the time. He is darting his eyes quickly back and forth.
I'm not worried that you're going to kill me in an alleyway. What I'm worried about is that I'm going to show up at a house that is well stocked with people with weapons. Okay, so how do I know that that isn't the case? Because it seems like, I look around the town, this place doesn't seem super keen on visitors.
It doesn't, because most of the time, they're on the side of Baron.
And you're not.
You'll find out soon enough. My name is Ernst. I will not be at the Wachter house when you get there. There will be weapons, but they will not be pointed at you. We are hoping that you might join us in arming ourselves. There will be money. There will be secrets.
There we go.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about my friends, but tell you what, Ernst. Lady Wachter has a deal. If you want to tell her if she's got a deal, we'll be there. Or at least I will. I can't speak for my friends. Sometimes they have less than brilliant ideas. I think they're currently inside talking to a monkey.
Whether you come, whether they all come, that is up to you. We would like all of them, for I think it's time for them to choose a side. Reach into his pocket and slip you 3 gold. Consider it a down payment for your services, for your silence. Fiona will be waiting for you.
Tannis is going to slip the 3 gold into his pocket and then make the motion of a zipper across his lips. And I'm going to very gently meander back out front of the store, flick my cigarette. I think the intention there being that if anybody were sort of passing by wondering what I was doing in the alley, that it was that I had gone, finished smoking that cigarette, and then was going to go post myself back up against that door frame and light a new cigarette.
The last thing you hear before you turn the corner back to your post is sooner rather than later.
I won't react to that. I mean, I do clock it, but I'm not going to make any visible reaction to that.
As Tannis, you lean against that wooden frame once more, light your cigarette, and the jingle of Blinsky's bell fills the air as your friends begin to emerge. Well, it was Piccolo all you hoped it would be.
He was quite something.
I now know that monkeys like to jump and climb.
That's what he's best at.
Interesting little critter.
It really is a very ugly monkey, though, Rictavio.
That is the rudest thing you've ever said to me, Alizzato.
Well, I mean, you know, time and time since we've known each other, out of all the creatures and such that you're familiar with, that monkey is definitely a choice.
I didn't choose to put him in the pink tutu.
All right, well, thank you, Rictavio, for the opportunity. I'm pretty sure Zielle and Theren here are quite content with seeing the monkey.
Of course. Piccolo always loves new faces. You've seen him during the parade. Can't even contain himself.
A ball of energy, that monkey.
Well, if you are all off to run your errands, I will head back to the Blue Water Inn. If you need me at all, should be able to find me there.
Rictavio, how long are you staying in town?
For the foreseeable future.
Such is the fate of all. Okay, well, I guess then I'll see you around.
As always, tip his large feathered hat as he wanders down the street back towards the Blue Water Inn, skipping his step as always.
As soon as he's out of earshot, we should get to the church. Tannis, they had a doll of Irina in there, commissioned by Isaac, the guy with the arm and the thing from the parade.
The Baron's bodyguard.
Right.
I'll kind of hold it up with 2 fingers as she says that to show him.
Okay, seeing this for the first time without the benefit of the rest of the toy shop, how horrifying is this toy? Scale of 1 to 10. Just out in the open by itself, bare light, and just suddenly this puppet.
I mean, listen, this one of anything is the most realistic looking, and it is the most normal looking. It doesn't exactly look like Irina, but the face shape is kind of there where it comes down to the point. The flowing curly red hair, the copper skin. It very much resembles Irina if you squint your eyes and kind of point it in the light.
So we know for a fact this is Irina, not just a puppet.
Well, he's been dreaming of her and has commissioned, what was it there, an 89?
89.
89 dolls of the same person who is someone significant to us, and somehow everything seems to be connected here for some reason.
Right, well, okay, let's lead on. We'll go to the church.
Holding up the Irina doll, I'll then, after seeing Tannis look at it for a second, just with the other hand, hold up the bats, just to see what his reaction is.
As you see Theren raise it up, you just see the bats slowly start to move in a small breeze that makes its way down this street as their wings begin to flap up and down in one single stiff motion.
Great. Is that for you, or is that for Baron, or,
Slowly put it down so that Baron can grab it.
Great. Thanks for sharing, Theren, truly. I'm gonna, offhandedly look at the Irina doll, realize it's not, very spot on. Hope you didn't pay very much for that. That's not a very good,
No, it was almost free.
I wouldn't call 10 gold free.
Don't.
As soon as I hear 10 gold, I clog it. I look back at Theren and I just smirk and take a long drag and I'm like,
It's information.
I'm sure it is, Theren.
Information is priceless.
To you, I bet it is. Moving?
To the church.
Alizzato leads you back through the streets of Vallaki, through the main square, starting to liven up a little bit more now as we get into the late morning, early afternoon hours. As you walk past the Blue Water Inn, a few houses down, you arrive at St. Andrew's once more. And walking out of the church, being led by Father Lucian, is just a sad elderly woman being escorted out gently and gracefully by Father Lucian, who opens the door for her. She begins to sob in her hands as Father Lucian, "Be sure to come back tonight and we can speak more, okay?" As the woman waltzes down the steps slowly and begins to walk past you as Father Lucian sees you from the main opening and waves you all forward.
Hello.
Good morning. Nice of you to show back up. Irina is safe, had an okay night. Not sure on the sleep situation, but, well, thank you again for coming. Alizzato, hello? And I did not meet you. As he looks to you, Theren.
Yes.
A pleasure. As you see Irina walking down the aisle towards you all, the altar in the background. Oh, finally you guys show up.
Sorry. We had to go see a monkey.
It's okay. I needed the extra hour of sleep anyway. That closet is rough on my back, to say the least.
I do want to add, I have hidden the doll of Irina in my bag.
Does Father Lucian seem upset in any way that I'm smoking a cigarette inside the church?
Not as of yet.
Great.
It's almost masked by the leftover incense that seemingly burn all throughout the day and night in the church. It's just another smell added to the mix.
I think we should look into this hallowed ground stuff, but Irina, if we don't get it sorted within a day, maybe you should just stay at the inn with us? It's the same either way if the ground's not hollowed, right?
I suppose that makes sense. There was a lot of people here last night. It was kind of nice to chat with people. Others who have a sense of hope, or even just hearing their life stories.
Anybody stand out?
The one who just left, Wilhelmina. Her son, taken by the burgomaster. Alizzato, this rings in your ear as shoemaker Udo, who was recently protesting during the last Wolfhead Jamboree. Strange rules here that I'm not used to. People can just be thrown in a house. It's not even their jail. It's just interesting.
Such is the nature of this place. What did they talk about? What did you come here for? To pray?
Just praying for his safe release. Hoping the Baron will have a change of heart and set him free.
We have more pressing concerns, don't we, Alizzato?
Not to me.
Isaac. Know him?
Oh, yes, everyone is aware of Isaac.
Clement Irina. Do you know him?
I don't know who you're speaking of.
Interesting.
I'm still learning names around here, so if I may have missed it, apologies.
No. I turn back to Theren. Do you still have it?
Gives him a look of maybe not right now.
I give him a questioning look. Why?
I think maybe we should have a talk about this before we bring that up.
Subtlety, Tannis.
Sorry, my apologies. Continue talking about Wilhelmina. I'm gonna go post myself up at the edge of the door very brutally.
Did you bring a gift for me or something?
No, he wanted to give you a slice of pie, and he forgot to bring it today. We'll bring you one next time when we go back to get rent.
Oh, did he find the old lady?
He's a little upset he can't find her today.
Oh, bummer.
So you know nothing of this Isaac. Never heard of an Isaac, never met one in your life.
Theren, I know of Isaac. We saw him at the parade.
Which one was he?
Baron's bodyguard, the one with the arm.
He was the one who sparked fire and threw a man in the stocks, right?
Yeah, that's his choosing of whatever divine justice he ever sees fit on any given day.
Great.
Has he, have you seen him walking around lately? Did he stop by and also provide some words of comfort to Father Lucian?
Oh, no. I saw him during the parade, and we were all huddled in the crowd. Nothing since.
All right. Well, Irina, you can choose to stay here at the church. Father Lucian will probably give you whatever it is that you require. The Blue Water Inn is, at the end of the day, a place where too much noise, too much commotion happens, and if you're looking for a nightful rest, I don't personally condone that, and I would give up my place, but unfortunately I don't have enough space to accommodate for everyone, and I apologize.
No, I think you're right. It's very loud there. It's probably better that you do stay here. Only here.
Tannis is just over his shoulder gonna ask out loud, isn't she staying in a closet here?
You know, tight walls, they make you feel safe in a weird way.
If you feel safe, you're happy, you're healthy, maybe it is best that you stay here.
Irina, we are trying to get a better scope of this town and figure some things out, going off of what Madame Ava told us, based on the tarot cards and everything, and we're not sure of everyone in this town's allegiances, per se, and given the fact that you are wanted by someone very dangerous, maybe you should stay at the church. We're gonna fix the hallowed ground. I'm sorry, I know I proposed the inn idea because I missed you. I'm stuck with all the boys at the inn by myself, but on second thought, I'm not sure that's the safest.
If it helps, I prayed to Suni for you last night.
I prayed to Suni for you!
Tannis is going to come back, and he's going to kind of look around and see how close is Father Lucian right now at this exact moment.
He feels almost like a sixth wheel to this, where he's off to the side enough to where he's not contributing to the conversation, but enough to still understand the information being spoken between one another.
I'm going to walk up and I'm going to look at him and say, Father, do you think we could have a moment, private conversation?
Of course, I will get the altar ready. When you're set, just meet me at the back.
Thank you, Father.
I'll show you where the bones were.
Excellent. We will meet you there. I'm going to wait until he walks out of earshot.
He's just about earshot as he walks to the main stage of the church. As you see a small stone dais, sunrises spread throughout, carved in this beautiful, intricate stone. As you see him reach down beneath one of the lips, and as he reaches back up, echoing through the entire cathedral, the stone dais begins to move towards you, slowly but surely creaking its way open, as he then looks across the church at you, Tannis, and looks down and back up, basically signaling, whenever you're ready, we may descend.
I'm going to nod in his direction, and then sort of in like a whisper, what if there was a third option? What if there was somewhere safe, with enough room, weapons, that we could stay?
Where are you referring to, Tannis?
Well, right now it's theoretical, but if there were such an option.
Then in a hypothetical sense, I will ask, where are you hypothetically proposing we go?
What do you know of Lady Wulkna?
My eyebrow perks up. Fiona Wachter?
That's the one, yeah.
She is an interesting woman. She prides herself in her beliefs, and the choices she makes are less than favorable to certain people here in Vallaki. I've met her a couple of times. She is, or can be, quite persuasive.
Well, in a hypothetical, such a big house. I mean, we could probably all fit, couldn't we?
Fiona spoke to you? She spoke to you. You've gotten an address. You've gotten a formal invitation to her estate. Is that what has happened here? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if she managed to reach out in some degree.
Just tossing out an option, Alizzato. Is that something you would be interested in?
I wouldn't say no. I would be careful. Fiona, I like to a degree.
Tannis' eyes flicker to the rest of the group, to Irina, then to Theren, and then to Zielle for a second, but pretty quickly off.
Where did you meet this person?
I'm asking if this is an option that you're interested in.
I'm asking where you met Fiona.
Why?
Are you kidding me?
Would you think I randomly know the name Fiona Walkner and I just decided to bring it up now?
You're literally the king of cynicism. I would like to know why you have such trust in this person that we have never met or don't know of, or you've met them? I'm just confused.
I trust anybody who has something to gain. People are always going to act in their own self-interest, Zielle. And when they do, just make sure your interests align.
I feel like the church is the safest for Irina.
Yeah? Want her to stay in a closet while you stay in the Blue Water Inn? That sounds like you.
I could stay here.
You could.
I don't really want to take space from those in need, but if it would make you feel better, I'll sleep on a pew.
There's plenty of room. I wouldn't mind some late-night girl talk.
All right. That sounds much better than last night at the inn.
I feel ya, because being stuck with Eastmark for the past God knows how long, I haven't had time to just be myself.
They tried to kill someone last night at the inn.
What else is new?
Who tried to kill
First you kick an
someone?
old woman out of a windmill, and then you kill someone at a tavern.
She wasn't
No,
that
they
old.
tried. They wanted
I
to
didn't
kill
try
someone.
to kill anyone. Okay, let me make that intentionally clear.
We should probably check on those bones, since me and Irina are going to be staying here tonight.
I look at Theren. Are you interested? Or are you going to stay in the church here, or are you going to the Blue Water Inn?
Might be best if I stay
Stay where?
here for the time being.
I give you a look up and down. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe that would be best.
Why don't we decide this all later tonight? We came here to do something, right? It's morning.
It's early. Who knows what this day will bring? We can figure it out later.
Mm-hmm.
We must look at the bones first.
Yes.
Yeah, we mustn't we?
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, let's go look at where the bones used to be and see what magical evidence springs forth.
When did Fiona want to speak with you?
Soon.
Irina, do you mind if we, take a moment with them? Zielle, join me.
Have at it. You guys came back and that's all I asked for, so
We will be back in a moment. We must have a small talk.
take your time. And she'll look back at Father Lucian and just give him a wave away. He takes a seat at one of the pews and folds his hands while she would have gone over and sat with Father Lucian at the pew, right at the head of the church. You guys have a moment to yourselves?
I hope he's praying for us. He would, walk to the door.
When Zielle and I make it over to Tannis and Alizzato, I'm just going to throw the doll on the ground in front of Tannis. 89 iterations of this.
Then why didn't we tell her?
Of her.
She deserves to know.
How long has he been watching her? How long did it take to get 89 iterations of this? He's been watching
That's
her.
not our secret to keep, Theren. It's not up to us.
Do we just drop that on her on a whim?
Yes, we do, Theren. It's her life at stake, not yours. You don't get to make decisions about everybody else's life because you decide that you know best.
I'm waiting for all of us to make the decision together and not making it on my own. How would you feel if you were in her boots and you found out some random guy has been watching you for, who knows, 89 days, 89 weeks, 89 months?
It would depend on how long the person who told me waited to tell me.
An extra hour won't hurt.
We know now that she might be in danger. Thank the gods nothing's happened yet, but it might at any point. Clearly he's unhinged.
And we're here.
Yes, we are.
And why do you think I'm staying here tonight?
She deserves to know why.
We will tell her after we all talk and figure out the best way to do it like we are now.
Look, you want to make a decision? Make a decision. I don't care. That's what I thought was best. Here's my opinion. I've tossed it out. You do what you want.
Tannis, I'm trying to make this decision with all of us. Together. because we are in this together.
Yeah? Am I still a freak, Theren? Do I qualify as in this together until something happens?
We'll go there later.
Yeah? When's later, Theren? Because you've made a very pointed decision not to finish that conversation.
That's not the conversation for now.
Fiona is interested in getting you to rally up against the Baron. What she seeks is something more than perhaps what Strahd is looking for. All she wants is just to rid the Baron of his power. So you calm yourself, look at Tannis, and Theren, you have a point. But at the end of the day, I look at Zielle, and I lower my voice. At the end of the day, you must all ask yourselves one simple thing. What do you value? Do you value friendship? Your lives?
What about you, Alizzato? What do you value?
Don't toy with me, boy.
Pardon my suspicion, but it seems curious that you would decide to help us now.
Do you know when's the last time any strangers rolled up to this side of Barovia?
No, I don't.
It's been years, hundreds, one would say. And now the three of you show up and have lunch, as you mentioned, with the devil himself. It is enough to pique my interest. The winds blew in my direction to all of you. The scent caught me. There is something here you all need to be very careful on. Your lives are very precious, yet you discard them. And with this energy, this boiling sensation you carry with you, be my guest. Let the devil seek you. Let the people of this town find what truly lies underneath. And with secrets, and I look at Theren, you'll only find more sadness in this place. All of you walk a thin line amongst a land you've never lived on, but I have. I have lived here for some time now. And if you're not careful, the land will claim you, and it will not be forgiving. And all that you choose to recall back as a fond memory will be lost to you. All that you hold dear in your hearts will wisp away like a lost dream. In this land, you can use your instincts. You can choose to follow your heart. You can choose to do as you please. I merely sought you out because right now, the three of you, you're precious. So shape up! We either protect Irina, we seek out Fiona, we go to the cart and kill the beast, whatever it is. The three of you must tread lightly. Speak amongst yourselves. I am only a chaperone at the end of the day. Your business is not mine.
Tannis presses the bridge of his nose with his fingers as he sort of like looks down, takes a shaky breath, looks back at Theren. I don't know what your deal is. I don't know why you wouldn't answer me when I asked you what qualified as a freak. I look back at Zielle, and I know what you'll do at the end of the day. Everyone acts in their own self-interest, right? That's what we can count on in this group. Self-preservation. Not trust, not really. Self-preservation, because we've all given pretty talks about trust, and now here we are. So what are our interests? What do we want? And how do they align?
Just gonna look at Zielle.
I want to help people. Yes, I can't help anyone if I don't help myself first. That's how that works. It doesn't mean I have any less care for those around me.
So your immediate goal is to protect Irina?
Yes.
Theren?
Just reaches up and taps the butt of his sword. You know.
Right. What is your next immediate step?
Currently, to talk to the three of you and discover what the best option and route we have to continue on. Do we tell Irina immediately what we discovered? Do we show her the doll? Do we find out more before we tell her? Or do we drop a large bomb on her? And from there, we figure out the rest.
Listen, I don't mind either way, really. There's pros and cons to both, but I just ask that if we do tell her, just put yourself in her shoes. In a woman's shoes, to be hunted by someone like that. Someone with ill intention.
She's already being hunted by Strahd.
I know! I'm not saying we shouldn't tell her. Again, I just mean if we do so, let us do it with grace.
We must tread lightly with it. Who knows what her reaction could be?
I do think if it was me, I would want to know too, but it's not an easy thing to know, that is all.
I think the question we're all forgetting to ask, what is the purpose of the doll? Why so many edits? Why so many intricate details being carved upon it? If you are to ask me for my advice, do not show the doll to the girl. The devil is searching for her. And now you're telling me that there is a doll that one of the bodyguards of the Baron meticulously picks at. For what? Some ritual? Some purpose? Higher? Are they waiting to perfect the doll to such a degree? Are we walking Irina to something else? Does Isaac need to see Irina for himself to craft the perfect doll? We don't know these things. I agree with you, we all should have interests that should align. But the doll scares me.
As I.
Look, it's not our lives that are at stake. Whatever happens, whatever the goal of the doll is, it doesn't affect us. It's about Irina. She deserves to know that she's in danger, whatever the danger may be. We can work together to figure that out. I don't know why we don't just eliminate the bodyguard.
You want to take on Isaac?
He seems a problem, so yes.
I'll tell you this, Tannis. You ever blow another cigarette, at least the trace of fire in my direction, I will bind you to the earth for the rest of your days. But you've got a point.
We take out Isaac. We knock ourselves one peg off of whatever this horrible ladder is, right? He's the connection to whatever is happening with the doll.
If we take out Isaac, who's to say how the Baron will react? I think you're on to something.
Well, then let's ally ourselves with Lady Walkner and let's take out the bodyguard. So when the Baron comes for us, he's not just coming for us. We'll have strength in numbers, we'll have weapons, we'll have a place to hide. And we'll have a reason for people to rally to our cause.
Alizzato has like a very noticeable manic looking around, like trying to piece it together. It is fear mixed in with excitement. Perhaps the Festival of the Sun could be our opening. Perhaps we could devise a plan with Lady Walkner. And I look at Theren and I go, Lady Walkner has come to me a couple of times in regards to joining her and her forces to take down the Baron. I don't necessarily care for how much her mouth runs with her ideas and her proposals. I don't know how many people she has actually reached out to, and I don't know exactly who are the people that are involved in this coup. But she is keen on taking down the Baron. My leaves all color back up in a vibrant red and brown and yellow tones. And I look at Zielle. What do you think?
Generally not a fan of outright murder, but our to-do list already has meet the Baron on it. That is something we plan to do before the festival. Maybe it involves more than just meeting him. I don't know.
We're at a fork on the road. We either meet with Lady Fiona and usurp the Baron, or we meet with the Baron and hopefully our conversation with him goes to plan and he doesn't hang all of us.
I like one of those plans decidedly more than the other.
We can meet with this woman who Tannis somehow mysteriously knows of for some reason, and we trust for some other reason, but my only goal was to protect Irina. I just thought we would, or I could do it on my own, just look for the bones to protect the church, so at least, regardless of whoever's side we take, we know we have one safe haven.
What do we need for the hollowed bones?
Just need to find them. They were stolen. Zielle, what if we do this? What if we talk to Fiona? We give Irina a place to stay that's safe within the church until we find the bones, and then we find the bones next. That way we align our interests, we get the bones, and we know that she's safe while we find them, and we've made a connection with someone. I think it makes sense.
But do we tell her now? Do we give Irina the details of the doll?
I've made my opinion clear. She deserves to know. It's not our secret to keep.
We should tell her, and then we let her choose if she'd like to stay here at the church, hidden from view, a place they're less likely to infiltrate, or if she wants to make an excursion outside of this place to go elsewhere to a place she does not know yet.
Sure, I agree. Of course it should be her choice.
I think we've all decided we'll tell her, right?
But Zielle, coming from somebody in the same shoes as her, what would you rather? Would you want to know the full details?
I would particularly vote for softening the blow. I think we tell her that we found this doll that looks uncannily like her, and it was commissioned from someone's dreams. I think she will gather enough. She knows that she is already a victim of some weird connections or circumstances, and no, we need to tell her the whole thing.
She needs to know it's Isaac. She needs to know to be wary of Isaac.
We'll just tell her. Don't show her the doll. She doesn't need to see it. We'll just reassure her that we're here to help her, and we support her decision.
Of course.
Theren?
Yeah. Well, if we're all in agreement.
Yes, Irina.
As your voice echoes through St. Andrew's Cathedral, Irina perks up, stands up, and begins to walk down the aisle towards all of you, with a quizzical and somewhat concerned look on her face, given the length of this conversation. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode.
Oh, man, I want to know what she said.
I just want to find those damn bones.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even get to that.
We didn't even get there. We did one thing.
But it's still early. It's still early.
Hey, it's one thing off the to-do list, so that's a plus.
We got to play with a monkey.
Thank you all so much for listening. Follow up in 2 weeks where we will finally, I swear, finally take care of these bones. Maybe.
Yeah, right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Jose?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, that's the fucking Blu-ray disc set of Star Wars
Oh, yeah.
that came out September 15th, 2011.
Uh-huh. That whole shelf is all Star Wars.
Shut the
good
fuck
servants.
up.
Multiple versions of each film in different editions, and the VHS one, special editions on that corner.
God, if you were here right now, I'd kiss the fuck out of you right now.
I know, I would fucking kiss the fuck out of you too,
Fucking
man.
slipperiest, fucking sluttiest kiss I've ever given in my fucking life. Oh God, I'm still recording.